Welcome into A Toast to Film. I'm your host, Ebo, and guys, happy Memorial Day. Hope everyone has a great day. Hope you're celebrating. And it's appropriate we're talking about Lilo and Stitch because Lilo and Stitch is very much about Ohana and family. And some families are blood related, some families are not. And I actually will have my family over, Trey, Spence, Jerfy, Choo Choo, because I am grilling today. I got some ribs going right now, low and slow, got chicken, got corn, all kinds of things. And that is why we are toasting today with just a Mick Ultra, nothing fancy today, because, it's all about family and just having a good time. But we are talking about Lilo and Stitch. This is the live action movie. And I have some thoughts. So this is from director Dean Fleischer Camp, who was the writer director of Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And if you've seen Lilo and Stitch, you know the story. Bad little experiment 626 escapes, comes to Earth, meets a little girl. Happy ending. So this one, we do have Chris Sanders back as Stitch. He was the director and voice of Stitch for the original. I mean, just a legend. Writer of Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, just legend. And this one, I have a lot of issues with. So let's start with the things I don't have an issue with. Number one, Maya Kealoha as Lilo, Sydney Adugong as Nani, um, Billy Magnuson as Pleakley, Courtney B. Vance as Cobra Bubbles, Amy Hill as Tutu, Capote Dot as David, great, Hannah Waddingham as Grand Councilwoman, and even Tierra Carey as Miss Kakoa. Like, pretty good performances all around. The little girl who played Lilo, I thought she was fantastic. Nani, I thought was really good. David was great. Like, he was pinpoint David from the animated. Pleakley, I thought was great. I really enjoyed his performance. He has that that Pleakley. Here's my issue. Zach Galifianakis is Jumba. Number one, I love Zach Galifianakis. When we were on the Beanie Bubble and the one time I was his mic man, he was very nice to me. So I have nothing bad to say about him. However, the direction they went for this movie, one, his voice, he sounded more like Pleakley. Like, his voice just didn't work for Jumba. Jumba's supposed to be, big, hey, my friend. He's supposed to be this big guy, big, boisterous voice. And Zach Galifianakis just didn't bring that. And they changed the story. No Gantu. So your villain is Jumba? Like, come on. What are we doing? Like, how are you going to do our boy Jumba like that? Uncle Jumba. And, Chris Sanders, he's perfected Stitch. So no worries, he did. And, we may or may not have got some little sneak peeks if they do Lilo and Stitch 2 about character that they might have, which I will lose my mind if they have the greatest character in all of the Stitch universe, Reuben. That's right, Experiment 625. Real ones know. Greatest experiment. But my issue with this movie is they take a lot of the magic away. They take a lot of the heart away. The ugly duckling story is not in this. The, magic with Gantu is not in this. It feels too real for something that's about a experiment from space. They really run up the Nani's not doing great as a parent. She's just too young. Child protective services are coming. I am such a fan of Stitch that I did enjoy this. However, I am not going to deny that this could have been one of the best live actions and then ends up being a very bad live action. It doesn't have the heart. It doesn't have, the wonder. It doesn't have it seems too real. And it's like, this is a movie you could have had some fun with. Overall, I do think it's worth watching if you like Lilo and Stitch, but I don't necessarily think that's something you got to run out and see. It's cute, but it's just not great. It's nowhere near the animated. Like I said, though, part 2, if they put my boy in it, we'll see. We'll see. But Lilo and Stitch, I'm going to give. Okay, so the Stitch fan in me gives it 3.0, but in reality, this is more like a 2.7. Like, it's missing a lot that make Lilo and Stitch such a classic that, overtook everyone. But guys, keeping this short and sweet, like I said, I'm trying to get some ribs going. I'm trying to do some cooking. So if you want to let us know what you think about Lilo and Stitch, or you want to let us know anything else, there's so many ways you can do it. Let me tell you the best ways. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok, Toast to Film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter at film_toast, or check us out on wonderful YouTube. You can see this nice little cup I got. You can see my Hawaiian shirt. You can see Ruben making a sandwich. And we just hope you have a good night and good viewing.